Highlights, the follow request. The notification I'd been ignoring for weeks finally made sense when I saw the same username carved into my front door. The perfect match. When I reverse searched that selfie she sent me, I found it belonged to a girl who'd been missing for 3 years. The filter effect. I never thought an Instagram filter would be the thing that made me question my own sanity. Story 1. The follow request. I've had my Instagram account since I was 14. Now at 19, I'd built up a modest following, about 850 people. Pretty decent for someone living in a small coastal town where everyone knows everyone. My account was public because, honestly, who doesn't want the validation of strangers liking your carefully curated beach pics and sunset shots? The comments started about a month ago, always from the same account, Ocean Watcher 22. Nothing super creepy-esque, just basic stuff like, beautiful smile, or perfect day for the beach. I'd get the notification, roll my eyes, and ignore it. Just another random dude thirsting over girls' photos. But then the comments got weirdly specific. On a photo of me at the local coffee shop, the barista with the snake tattoo makes your drink wrong every time. He was right. Mike always put too much syrup in my coffee. On another pic of me walking my dog, the comment said, "The blue house has been empty for months." Again, correct. The Thompsons had moved out in January. I set my account to private and blocked Ocean Watcher 22. Problem solved, right? Nope. 3 days later, I got a follow request from a Tide Viewer 22. The profile pic was just ocean waves, no posts, no followers. I declined it immediately. The next day I found a small origami boat on my car windshield while picking up groceries. Inside was a note, "Accept my request." I looked around the parking lot but saw no one suspicious. I threw it away and tried to forget about it. I told my roommate Mia everything. She suggested I report both accounts to Instagram and maybe tell the local police if anything else happened. I did the first part but felt silly about involving the police over some weird Instagram follower. The next morning, I woke up to 15 follow requests from different accounts, all with ocean-themed names and random profile pictures. My phone kept buzzing with notifications. I deleted the app completely. That evening, Mia called while I was driving home from work. "Did you let someone into our apartment today?" she asked, voice shaking. "There's water everywhere, like someone filled the bathtub and let it overflow." I sped home, heart racing. When I arrived, water was seeping from under our apartment door. Inside, puddles covered the floors, and every sink in the tub had been plugged and left running. I called the police immediately. While waiting, I nervously checked my email and saw a new Instagram security alert. Someone had tried logging into my account with the wrong password several times in the last hour. The officer who came seemed concerned but not alarmed. "Probably just a prank," he said, taking notes. "Change your passwords, keep your doors locked." That night I couldn't sleep. Every noise sounded like someone trying to get in. At 4:15 a.m. my phone buzzed with a text from an unknown number. "I just want to follow you." I deleted the message and turned my phone off. The next morning, I decided to stay at my parents' house for a few days. As I was packing, Mia called out from the living room. "Someone's at the door." Through the peephole, I saw nobody, but when I opened the door to check, I froze. Carved into the wooden surface was a username, Ocean Watcher 22. The police took it more seriously this time. They tracked the IP addresses of the Instagram accounts to an internet cafe downtown. But their security cameras had been down for a while, and the workers there didn't notice any suspicious visitors either. I've moved back to my parents' house permanently now. My Instagram is gone, and I've changed my phone number. Whoever Ocean Watcher 22 is, they proved one thing: the line between virtual and real is thinner than we think. Story 2. Perfect match. It all started last month when Lily followed my photography account. I'm 22 and trying to build a portfolio, so getting new followers always gives me a little dopamine hit. Her profile looked normal enough. About 700 followers, decent engagement on her posts, and pictures of a pretty brunette at various hiking spots and cafes. After she liked a bunch of my photo, she direct messaged me complimenting my work. We started chatting, and honestly, it felt like we clicked instantly. She was into the same obscure indie bands, had the same dark sense of humor, and seemed genuinely interested in my photography. After a few days of non-stop messaging, she suggested we meet up since she apparently lived only 30 minutes away. But something felt off about how perfect she seemed. Every interest I mentioned, she shared. Every opinion I had, she agreed with. So before agreeing to meet, I decided to reverse image search her profile picture just to be safe. What I found chilled me to the bone. Her profile picture belonged to Emma Walters, a 19-year-old who had gone missing 3 years ago from a town about 200 miles away. The case had gotten some regional attention but eventually went cold. My hands shaking, I searched her other photos. Most were from obscure social media accounts under different names. I immediately confronted Lily about it. She responded quickly. "I can explain everything. My real name is Emma. I ran away from an abusive situation. Please don't tell anyone I'm alive." She sent a new selfie holding a piece of paper with my name on it, but something about the photo seemed wrong. The lighting was off, and her hand looked unnaturally positioned. I ran it through an online artificial intelligence detection app, and image showed possible signs of manipulation but not a 100%. I told her I needed time to think and started digging deeper. I contacted Emma's missing persons Facebook page that was run by her parents. Without revealing what I knew, I asked some questions about Emma's interests and personality. Nothing matched what Lily had told me. Over the next few days, Lily became increasingly desperate to meet. She sent voice messages that sounded authentic, spontaneously recorded. When I didn't respond, the messages got darker. "I've put so much work into becoming perfect for you." The real breaking point came when I received an envelope at my apartment. Inside was a note. "Trust me, it will all be worth it when we finally meet." I had never given Lily my exact address, just general discussion about where I lived. I called the police immediately. They took my statement but didn't seem overly concerned until I mentioned Emma Walters. That got their attention. They set up a sting operation. I agreed to meet Lily at a coffee shop while officers waited nearby in plain clothing. My hands wouldn't stop shaking as I sat there waiting, jumping at every person who walked through the door. Finally, a man in his mid-30s sat down across from me. "Aren't you going to greet me?" he asked, smiling with an expression that didn't reach his eyes. The police moved in quickly and took him in for questioning. During the investigation, they discovered he had used Instagram and Facebook to research people to stalk before as well, creating elaborate fake personas and artificial intelligence voice clones tailored to each victim's interests. He'd study their profiles for months before making contact, learning exactly what would make them trust him. In his own words, using pictures of missing or dead people made it easier to look real in his fake profile. He insisted it was just some online fun like those prank shows on television, and he had no connection with Emma's disappearance. Emma's case was never solved, and no connection was found to him. I deactivated my Instagram account after that. I later created a private profile to stay connected to close friends, but that's it. Story 3. The filter effect. I never thought an Instagram filter would be the thing that made me question my own sanity. I was just an average 17-year-old with 400 followers, mostly kids from school and some gaming buddies I met online. Nothing special about my social media presence, and definitely nothing weird had ever happened until a few months ago when I stumbled across this new filter called True Vision. The filter wasn't anything mind-blowing, just added this subtle purple tint and sharpened everything a bit. Made my eyes look deeper somehow. I snapped a selfie in my bedroom and posted it with some lame caption about drowning in homework. Within minutes, I got a direct message from an account I'd never seen before. Filter Wizard 696. All it said was, "You can see them now, right?" I rolled my eyes, figured it was just another weirdo trying to get attention, and ignored it. I went about my day like normal, totally forgetting about the strange message. That night, while mindlessly scrolling before bed, I decided to take another pic with that same filter. As I positioned my phone to get the right angle, I noticed something in the background of my screen, a dark, blurry shape in the corner of my room that definitely wasn't there when I looked up from my phone. My first thought was that it must be part of the filter, like those jump scare filters that show spiders running on your skin. But when I tried to delete the filter from my collection, I couldn't find the option anywhere. Some other notification came in. I got distracted and somehow forgot about it. The next day, another message from Filter Wizard 696 popped up saying, "They're always there. The filter just lets you see." I felt a chill run down my spine. The account had 0 posts, no profile picture, and followed nobody. It just existed. That night, I had this super vivid dream about shadows slithering around my bedroom walls. I woke up at 4:15 a.m., heart racing, and without thinking, grabbed my phone and opened Instagram with the filter active. That same dark shape was visible on my screen, but closer this time. My stomach dropped. When I took a snap and checked my photos, the shape wasn't there, just my empty room. I decided to test something. I recorded a video without the filter, nothing unusual. Then I recorded with the filter on. In the viewfinder, I could clearly see the shadow moving slightly, almost breathing. I nearly dropped my phone in panic. When I checked the saved video though, there was nothing unusual in it. The shadow was only visible through the live filter. I couldn't sleep for the rest of the night, my eyes fixed on that corner of my room. The next morning, Filter Wizard 696 sent another message. Fear is what feeds them. Delete this conversation. I laughed nervously, trying to convince myself it was just some elaborate prank. But that afternoon, while browsing Reddit, I came across a post about a college student who died mysteriously in his sleep. The comments mentioned he'd been posting on his Instagram stories about seeing shadows in his room that no one else could see. I deleted the conversation immediately. I even deleted Instagram entirely for a few days. When I finally reinstalled it, the filter was still in my saved collection. That night, I accidentally opened it while lying in bed. The shape was even more pronounced now, lurking at the edge of my bed, almost human-like. I threw my phone across the room and turned on every single light. When I finally gathered enough courage to retrieve my phone, I had a new message. Update your phone and don't turn it off. You'll need it soon. The next night, I woke up to my phone screen glowing in the dark. The DM simply read, "Don't look up." Half asleep and not thinking clearly, I opened my camera with the filter while still in bed. The phone was facing the ceiling and the shape was directly above my bed, reaching down with what looked like elongated fingers. I froze completely. I didn't move. I barely breathed. I just kept staring at my phone screen, watching it hover there. After what felt like hours, it drifted back and out of the frame. The next message I received said, "You did well." That was the last message I ever got from Filter Wizard. The account disappeared completely the next day, not just blocked or unfollowed, but like it had never existed. The filter stopped working after that. It just shows normal images now. My tech-savvy cousin says the whole thing could have been an elaborate hack, explaining how someone could have remotely accessed my phone's camera and microphone. He showed me articles about targeted malware attacks on Arab princes and the Amazon CEO. But I'm a nobody. What would anyone get from my phone? And why do I still feel watched? Like someone is still lurking at the edge of my vision, silent, watching, waiting. That's the end of today's stories. Has social media ever made you feel unsafe? Or have you ever encountered something online that gave you a genuine chill? What boundaries do you set to protect yourself online? Let me know in the comments below the like and subscribe buttons.